Well, he is my dad, so I must have some of his qualities, but I don't ever want to have this negative qualities. If I ever got blessed to have a baby, I would never allow my child to see a man like that, all because of his negative qualities.
The entire team of the very talented players on Fortnite in the entire Fortnite lobby, it's all for a buzz with anticipation tonight. The Game of Weekly's live, coming to you from a Fortnite matchup. For the past 5 months, we have been wanting to crown a team that can be victorious on Fortnite. Is this the night? AdrianTheVoice, SoberSwine, and BlazingBanana at GameStart, and start with Blazing. This could be your night tonight. Welcome.
Jeez, AdrianTheVoice, you may be more annoying than an average radio announcer. Anyways, I'm confident enough to battle through this and win it. We'll see if it happens.
Well, nonetheless, SoberSwine is also joining us, and Sober, welcome aboard. You were, of course, the person who officiated that wedding between Donald Thompson and Jessica just a couple of weeks ago. Welcome aboard.
But to be honest, I agree with you, Banana. You are more annoying than your average radio announcer anyways. Happy to be here.
Well, speaking about an average radio announcer, I gotta talk about this exactly what happened last week, because XboxFreakPete, there was some sort of controversy that happened. You see, a couple of weeks ago, XboxFreakPete, he was involved in the Sword Tournament matchup. He won the match, or I should say he lost the match. However, he claimed that he won the match to become the Sword Tournament champion, practically given by the board members. And then last time in the 2-year anniversary, just this past week in TGW, apparently XboxFreakPete didn't show up. However, he claims that he's still the XboxFreakPete Sword Tournament champion. Sober, you have to disagree with Xbox's ways here in TGW.
Probably do, maybe so. Probably won't, maybe do. It's just a question of even and odd, but who knows? It's something that's only balanced or unbalanced. As you saw, you know?
Sober, how can you say that? How can you say that XboxFreakPete is not the rightful Sword Tournament champion? Rather, Undead Freak somebody is the current Sword Tournament champion. He won fair and square. Xbox never won the match, yet he claims he's champion. It doesn't work like that here in TGW. You have to win the match to become a champion.
Who knows? Probably because Xbox probably is better than everyone. You don't know that yet.
But he lost the matchup last time. Nonetheless, though, later on tonight, ThunderGrizzle9, the leader of the Jock Superiors, will be coming up later on tonight. Apparently, ThunderGrizzle promises a huge announcement, an announcement that's going to shake up the entire community. Perhaps he has the ingredients of something combustible, or maybe he might announce the end of his Jock clan. We'll find out later on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But this is Fortnite, and you can see the great players, BlazingBanana, ThunderGrizzle9, and the lanky Paladin, who makes his return here tonight. We've seen him in the past. But going back to you, Sober. Sober, I cannot even believe that you actually were agreeing with XboxFreakPete, the man who actually made fun of the great TGW players. He made fun of them, he mocked them, and you're agreeing with his tactics.
Maybe his tactics are a little bit menacing, but I like menacing things. Not bad.
Anyhow, back to the matchup, though. It is eating the TGW creative directors, players, and producers inside the fact that the TGW players have yet to score a win on Fortnite, but it takes time. Eventually, the great TGW players will accomplish this milestone, but that's the question, whether or not if it can happen tonight. Can tonight be that night when the TGW players rank up, climb up the ladder, climb up that mountain, and become the official team to reign victorious on Fortnite for the first time in TGW history? Let's take a look at BlazingBanana here. You know, last week, BlazingBanana was in that cusp of the first ever win on Fortnite in TGW history. However, it was not to be. But BlazingBanana is a very unique and impressive player, and I'll tell you why. Because, well, there has only been one achievement that has eluded BlazingBanana in this tenure. Banana is the only person in this entire community that's participated in 4 consecutive Fortnite games. So Banana already made history, perhaps, looking to make double history tonight, along with the lanky Paladin and his partner, ThunderGrizzle. And speaking about the lanky Paladin, we've seen Lanky in the past. He is, well, of course, was a part of that rookie clan, and now he's back with a vengeance. Can you imagine if Lanky's able to win it for his team on his returning night tonight? I mean, that would be absolutely crazy. Take a look at this. Lanky Paladin now doing a smart thing, has the higher vantage point, perhaps going to snipe off the opponent, of course. Now continues to build, and that's very interesting that Fortnite allows you to build things for you to be very innovative and creative throughout the matchup. But again, there's only one goal in mind for all the great TGW players: to become the team, the victorious team. Again, Lanky Paladin continue to build upwards, have a higher vantage point. There's an opponent right now. Lanky Paladin, oh, getting shot down now at the early stage of this matchup. Paladin now is crawling here, but the opponent quickly dissecting Paladin right then and there. Hey, take nothing away from Lanky, though. He did a really good job, but it's now up to ThunderGrizzle and BlazingBanana to perhaps again make that history tonight. Thunder9 is looking on. I believe Blazing Banana, if I'm not mistaken, he could be AFK. But going back to Thunder9, who is in the game, prides himself as the leader of the Jock Superior clan. This is his first active broadcast on Fortnite, by the way. Blazing Banana is back. I was just going to make the point, though. Promises a huge announcement later on. We're going to find out right now. As you can see now, well, there we go. The storm is going to shrink here, engulfing the entire body of Blazing Banana. But Blazing Banana quickly, as fast as lightning, getting out of there, out of harm's way. Blazing Banana now makes it inside that circle. Remember, inside that circle, you are immune to that storm. Sober, I have one question for you tonight concerning the whole story. Oh, wait a minute. Hold that thought. ThunderGrizzle9 is down. ThunderGrizzle9 has just been eliminated by Gangster for Life. Ladies and gentlemen, is this the last call for this group? There is only one person that could potentially win this entire team to become the #1 victorious team, of course, in TGW, but that's Blazing Banana. But I don't think Blazing Banana's here. He's just standing still. He's AFK. Blazing Banana has to do something within the next minute and 35 seconds, because remember, that storm is going to be wrapping around the entire Gulf, the entire map of this entire, well, Fortnite map. Nonetheless, though, ladies and gentlemen, to recap what has happened for the past couple of weeks, back in February, Donald Thompson sent the package, a mysterious package, to his own daughter, Jessica. Jessica received it not knowing that it was from her father. She opened it, it blew up, and she was taken to a local medical facility that night. She, well, lost her vision temporarily, but she received it back. Fast forward to June. It was Donald Thompson and his own daughter, Christina. Donald Thompson and Christina getting married for the first time in TGW history, and probably in YouTube history, two family members getting married on Minecraft. It was completely disturbing. And now tonight, Donald Thompson vows that he will be talking to his daughter, Jessica. Remember, Jessica joined us a couple of weeks ago. He said that, well, she said that Donald Thompson was the man responsible for sending that package. And now a matchup has been named. It's, well, Donald Thompson versus his own flesh and blood, Jessica, 1v1. And later tonight, those two will be here in TGW. And Sober, you have to root for Jessica. You even have to admit that Donald Thompson is going way too far.
Well, even though Donald Thompson has done so much so far to harm someone, I don't think he have gone far enough to the point yet to realize his mistakes. But then again, I guess Donald's doing the right thing.
Not realizing his mistakes, Sober, he almost killed his own daughter, and let alone the fact that he married Christina, perhaps adding more insult to injury. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome here in the TGW broadcast, Jessica. Jessica, welcome, and perhaps maybe you seem a little bit therapeutic over the fact that you're going to be fighting your own father, but deep down inside you're perhaps maybe feeling some sort of a pride to face your own dad later on this week. How are you feeling?
Adrian the Voice, listening to you is very cringe. And I know I speak for everyone, but whatever. How do you think I'm feeling? I'm very depressed right now, because my own dad betrayed me. He sent me the package and he almost blinded me. And now he wants to fight me? And whoever loses this match, they will have to leave the Thompson family forever. I love my family. I really do. And take it from me, I will not lose.
Well, nonetheless, though, from what I understand, Donald Thompson's going to be here a little bit later on to respond to Jessica's comments. Apparently, Donald Thompson is not happy over the fact that Jessica's responding here tonight. Donald Thompson is as sick as the next man involved in that Thompson family. You gotta be absolutely kidding me. Daughter versus father coming up next week in TGW for the first time in TGW history. And speaking about the daughter, Jessica, her and I are gonna be I'm gonna interview Jessica tomorrow night. But nonetheless, going back to this matchup, you know, some contrasting styles in this match. The high flyers versus some who may want to stay low and systematical. That's what we're seeing right now in Blazing Banana. Maybe he's staying low and systematical. I believe he knows what he's doing, does Banana. Banana is very, very good when it comes to Fortnite. He's a veteran. But, you know, it strikes me, though, over the past couple of weeks that Donald Thompson, again, wants to fight his own daughter. What kind of a man is Donald Thompson? He's a pig. He's a complete pig. Why is he still here in TGW? This is completely out of hand. Well, ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now, it is the father of Jessica. Please welcome Donald Thompson to the broadcast. Donald, do you have anything to say to your own daughter, Jessica?
You see, Jessica, you need to cut the crap. You were never my daughter. And all these stupid little fans that are going against me, they can just shut their mouths. I'm sick and tired of people telling me, Donald, how could you do this to your own daughter? It's time to end this entire thing. Jessica, next week it happens. You and me, one-on-one. Whoever loses will leave the Thompson family forever.
Oh my God!
You're on. I feel so hurt right now. You were my father, but now I have to look at you as my enemy. Regardless, I'm not leaving this family. I will have to beat you. Toodles.
You have to be kidding me! Next week, it is father versus daughter. Whoever loses will be exiled from the Thompson family. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Thompson family is imploding right before our very eyes. Next week, whoever loses will have to leave the Thompson family. From that controversy to the next one, though. Minigun Killer 10 last week on the 2-year anniversary, and TGW claimed that there's a lot of people making fun of him tonight. He's going to explain more. Minigun, welcome to the broadcast. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you, AdrianTheVoice, you little goon. Last week I mentioned these certain people that made fun of me, and my friends. Well, guess what? There's more of them. People like Lil Snapster and Mr. Galley are being called out. Stay tuned by then.
What is going on in TGW now? Chaos is ensuing. Minigun is calling out more people. I disagree with Minigun. There's no evidence that claims that those certain people that he mentioned are making fun of him and his friends. You gotta be absolutely kidding me. Minigun feels like he has the gall to come out here and call out some of the great TGW fans and some of the fans that actually don't watch the product. However, they're just wandering off in their lives playing video games for fun. Minigun is just a man who's igniting the flames. He's stirring the pot. Minigun has no right to be here as well. Donald Thompson and Minigun, they make me sick, and I'm pretty sure all the fans are sick of them as well. They want to stir the pot for whatever reason. Nonetheless, going back into this matchup, some contrasting cells as mentioned. Some players will have to ground their enemies, not allow their enemies to have the higher vantage point. Trajectory comes into play as mentioned before, and BlazingBanana realize that right now, just building some of the platforms. And these guys know this game very well, and it's going to be the interesting point to see these players bring to the players, which in process perhaps allows the others to learn as well. Ladies and gentlemen, moments ago, Minigun Killer 10 claimed a lot of people are making fun of him and his friends as well. From what I understand, though, where is he? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my God. Super. Just from out of nowhere. Shotgunning. Blazing Banana. Blazing Banana getting eliminated right there. But you cannot take the credibility away from Banana, Thunder, and the Lanky Paladin because these three gentlemen did a really, really good job. They were meshed well, and they almost won it for their own team. Blazing Banana, of course, being the last man, getting shot down. Tonight was not the night that TGW made history. However, perhaps maybe sooner or later, we will be seeing history be made when the Gaming Weekly crowns the first ever team to be the #1 victor in Fortnite. Coming up next, it is Thunder Grizzle 9, who has an announcement that perhaps maybe will shake things up here in TGW. I have no idea what he's going to say. And we welcome you back to TGW. Okay. A lot of chaos ensuing here. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Thunder Grizzle 9. And Thunder, are you here maybe to perhaps announce that maybe your Jock Superior clan is being denounced?
Okay, first off, Adrian, you're nothing but a tool. I'm not giving up on my Jock clan, so you can just shut your mouth. I'm here because we discovered something buried in some mysterious Minecraft land, and we're tempted to unbury it. We think we know what it is, and if we're right, we'll have control of TGW.
Cryptic-like words, chilling words by Thunder Grizzle. To my dismay, and perhaps the rest of the TGW fans, he did not announce that he was excommunicating the entire Jock Superior clan. Rather, he discovered something beneath the ground. Something disturbing, something that perhaps may give Thunder Grizzle 9 some power in TGW. But the question is, what is it? We are live with these impressive players. TGW has come to the very popular video game known as Fortnite, which is starting to feel somewhat like a tradition, as mentioned, because a weekly Fortnite game to determine the first group of players to gain a victory for the first time in TGW community. It will happen tonight. Perhaps we don't know. We're going to find out. AdrianTheVoice and my partner, XboxFreakPete at GameSide. And partner, you have a chip on your shoulder because you still believe that you're the Sword Tournament champion.
I am the Sword Tournament champion.
You're alluding to that controversy that happened just a couple of weeks ago when you were involved in that sword tournament matchup. In fact, what happened during that night, you actually did not win the match. However, after the matchup, you stated that you were actually the sword tournament champion to everybody. You stated that the board practically gave you that title.
Oh, I mean, you can't argue with the board, all right? I mean, you just can't do it. I'm the champion.
Well, you can't argue with them, but you also can't agree with them. I mean, that was a very, very shameful tactic. I agree with the fact that the sword tournament champion should be on Undead Freak 78 because he won that match fair and square. He beat everybody. He won the match. That's how it works here in TGW. You have to beat everybody to become a champion.
He made
Yeah, nobody beat me though. So
that match, but he didn't beat XboxFreakPete.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you actually heard in the background, Altered Beast is involved in the commentary side of things as well. Welcome aboard, Altered Beast. I was going to get your thoughts on this whole sword tournament controversy. What's your stance on this?
Yeah, what's up?
the board, like the board will always fall out. Nobody have never told me that anybody was sword tournament champion. I thought I was the one because I beat Swag Griffbottom. Whoever had to beat me was able to be sword tournament champion. Like, so what's
I understand
going on?
that. I understand that, however, you were inactive in that match, remember? You were inactive for a couple of months, so you had to relinquish the sword tournament champion. Same thing for you, Xbox. You were inactive, hence the reason why we had a sword tournament matchup to determine a new sword tournament champion, someone who actually would be active in this TGW community to defend it all the time with great TGW fans. And we did, multiple times. You ignored us. Anyhow, let's go back to this matchup, though, here tonight. 100 players will spawn, and each player is grouped up with a squad team of 4. Their objective is to become the last team standing. Once you have been eliminated from the game, you cannot respawn back. Last team standing will be the victor. So tonight, we have Zombie Blood, the lanky paladin, in making his TGW debut for the first time. We got Micro G joining us for the first time of the Gaming Weekly. Could this be the night where this team becomes victorious? Well, ladies and gentlemen, a lot to talk about tonight because the next time we're going to be live on air, we're going to be broadcasting the father versus daughter first ever matchup. You see, last week I got a chance to sit down with Jessica and she had a lot to say concerning her father and the match. Let's take you in. Jessica, thanks for joining us this evening. I know it's been a difficult time over the past couple of weeks considering the fact that you're currently in a situation against your father, Donald Thompson. Can I get your thoughts on this?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I think it's just nothing but petty for my father to just let this happen. I'm woke up in my last night of the... Certainly, I hope that is my dad. He wants to make sure I leave the Thompson family forever. He wants to make sure that I lose in my match against him so he can have all the glory.
You are referring to, of course, what could happen the next time we're broadcasting because your future does hang in the balance. A father is going to fight his own daughter, not just a normal match, not an ordinary match, but rather a loser leaves the family match. Which in turn means that if you lose, you have to leave the Thompson family, and the same can be said about your father, Donald. Is the Thompson family actually normal?
Good question. You know, Adrian, that's hard to say. Because growing up, I remember my family being normal. My dad loving my mom, and me and my sisters were treated like daughters. Well, I turned 16 when my father started treating me with the disrespect. And when Christina turned 18 last year, he started loving her. But it was around the time when this family started airing laundry. So before, yes, we were normal. But now, you're not.
Let's focus on you for a second. I mean, what will you do, Jessica, if in your match against your father, Donald, you lose and you have to leave everything behind? I mean, what will you do?
Honestly, I don't know.
How about your father? I mean, with this family and the way it operates in general, in your estimation, do you believe the Thompson family would be better off without your father, Donald, being at the helms of this Thompson family?
Man, that's tough. To say, Adrian, because Donald is the one who keeps his family strong. Yes, I know he caused all of this mess, but he's the one that really did everything for this family. all the financial aid, food, shelter, all of it. By the time he started the problems, so maybe it will be the best if he's gone.
But have you guys ever thought of getting some help? I mean, without question, you guys are a dysfunctional family, which is nothing to be ashamed of, but perhaps maybe you guys could have sat down and realized that this is going too far, and getting help is essential to repair this fragile relationship. I mean, this is a father and a daughter.
Here's the short answer. I propose that my dad, Donald, didn't want any of it. He got even crazier at the moment I mentioned it. So, I respect his wishes.
What about the rest of your family? For instance, your mother, your sister, your cousins, who, for lack of a better term, are a part of this, are in the middle of all this. I mean, what do they think of this entire situation?
Well, I appreciate my mother and my cousin's support, especially my mother. She told me last week that she's on my side. She told me that she would have never thought her husband would go this far. But my sister Christina wants my best friend, not my enemy. She wants me to lose. She wants me gone, so she can get all the attention.
Jessica, let's talk about what happened to you back in February. You received a package from your own father, you opened it, and it blew up. You were taken to a hospital that night where you sustained multiple injuries, including a temporary blurred vision. Through the months of recovery, how were you handling this, even when you found out it was your own father who was responsible? How were you coping, realizing that it was your own flesh and blood who committed this act?
You know, I would have never thought my own dad would have done that to me. All those months recovering from my injury was depressed. Yet again, at the same time, I was angry. Very angry.
You know, Jessica, regardless of what you think of your father, you do come from him, and no matter what. Is there some of Donald Thompson in you, Jessica?
Well, he is my dad, so I must have some of his qualities, but I don't ever want to have this negative qualities. If I ever got blessed to have a baby, I would never allow my child to see a man like that, all because of his negative qualities.
Did you ever think that it would come to this? That it would be you versus your father in this type of predicament with such a harsh stipulation? I mean, I said it on the air at one point that this is despicable. This is insanity. I mean, this is a father and a daughter.
No, I never thought it would come to this. I mean, I remember the one of the relationships I had with him when I was a kid. But I grew up, he became distant and angry at me. So the answer to the question was, or is, a no. I never would have thought it would have come to this.
Jessica, I know this is very difficult for you right now, but I do have my final question, if I may. With everything that has happened, with everything that you just mentioned, at the end of the day, do you still love your father?
Yes I do, of course. I do. Love him as my father, but as a human being, no. I hate him. I love him as my dad, but hate him as a human. I'm sorry. I have to go now.
We're back here, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I mean, that was probably one of the most uncomfortable interviews I've ever conducted. The fact that Jessica was crying for crying out loud. I mean, she's going to be facing her own father, Donald Thompson, Donald Thompson is the man responsible. Donald Thompson's the guy who sent that package to Jessica just a couple of months ago, back in February, for Jessica to lose her vision permanently. Perhaps maybe he wanted to do more damage to Jessica. Jessica is nothing more but a poor girl because she is confused. She wants to fight her father perhaps for dignity, but deep down inside, she still feels for her father. And Donald Thompson doesn't care about her. Donald Thompson's a pig. What kind of a man is Donald Thompson? What kind of a dad is he? You gotta be absolutely kidding me. Xbox, I understand that you actually are agreeing with me as well.
Yes, I mean, yes. This guy takes time into making his paid. It's just not good.
No, not at all. But it will happen for the first time in TGW history. The father versus daughter, the matchup. And, of course, the stipulation as follows, being that if you were to lose the matchup, you're going to be exiled from the Thompson family. Going back into this matchup, though, all three gentlemen involved in this matchup are inside the circle. Remember, the circle is immune. If you're in there, you're going to be staying immune from that storm that's going to be wrapping around the entire map. And, of course, will sooner or later engulf the entire body of the players. Now, we got Zombie Blood. Zombie Blood, we talked about it the last time we were here live on air. We said that he had 17 squad wins. Well, Zombie, if you're there, can you give us an update on your stat? How many wins do you have now?
I have 20, almost 25 squad wins, and I almost have
I had more than you,
10 duo wins.
Well, this is just a glimpse of how incredible our TGW players are, Altered, despite the fact that, well, perhaps maybe you believe that you're better.
Well, can I
truly
update my
think
stat?
that these great... What are your stats?
56 solo wins, 25 duo wins, and 28.
Well, Alter, they are, listen, they're incredible stats. I'll give you that, okay? But you got to give credit to Zombie Blood, Lanky, and Micro here.
I do. Oh my God, so.
Well, good. Nonetheless, though, we got to talk about the controversy surrounding Thunder Grizzle. Thunder Grizzle, who is the leader of the Jock Superior clan. Remember, just a couple of weeks ago, he said that everyone had to be uncool. And I understand that Thunder last week stated that he actually found something buried beneath on the Minecraft map. Something's buried beneath that could actually potentially give some power. Could potentially just ruin this entire community. If you give someone like Thunder Grizzle power here in TGW, you have no idea what's going to happen next. This can escalate and further worse. In Xbox, I understand that you might be a little scared.
There has never been in my life. Whenever I get on Xbox, I am actually scared of something, alright? The Juxtapedia plays.
Yeah, you scared to smack this one up, be quiet.
Well, I mean, this Jock Superior, though, I mean, you know, despite the fact that they want everybody to be cool and everything, they found something. They found something that could potentially give them some power.
There's no such thing as power. I don't ever believe that.
Well, power over the community, though. That's what I'm alluding to.
Like, what
Nonetheless,
is,
though,
what
Thunder
is
Grizzle 9 does...
What is it?
I don't know. Thunder Grizzle states that he's probably... I mean, we're going to find out a little bit later on. Thunder Grizzle's going to be joining us at the end of the broadcast. He's going to be talking about this more a little bit later on. But we do have to talk about Thunder real quick because he regards himself as the leader of the Jock Superior clan. Stated on a number of different occasions that everyone should be cool. And, well, you know, Thunder Grizzle doesn't like the TGW fans or members that much. He and his Jock clans view everyone as uncool, Xbox.
Southeast, guys. Southeast, guys.
Yep.
You hear in the background, though, this...
that are uncool W in 378, and everyone else claims that they're the tournament champion when they know truly that I'm the champion, and I always will be.
Well, Undead 378 did win the matchup fair and square. Look at this, the explosion, such an explosion there. Lanky Paladin was able to just detonate that, and as you can see, the opponents that are shooting down Lanky, this matchup is unfolding right before our very eyes. Can it be for the first time in TGW history, this team make history to become the #1 team, of course, win on a Fortnite game? We're going to find out here tonight. Of course, they have to contend with the speed and all the great tactics that they deliver here tonight on Fortnite. Lanky Paladin now trying to attack the opponent, does so, jumps, of course, lands on his feet, great balance, and I think was able to knock out What the Gump right there, and Micro knocking out JM, but it looks like the opponent was able to grab Lanky. Lanky now is crawling, trying to get himself back into this matchup. Both Lanky and Micro are down. Zombie Blood's the only person right here that we're going to learn a lot about Zombie Blood, because not only he has to worry about the opponents, but also he has to worry about getting back his teammates, but he just got eliminated right there.
Oh yeah, TGW, comment your favorite skin in the comments. Season. What season is this? Season 6?
This is season 5, but ladies and gentlemen, listen, you can't take away the credibility shown by Zombie, Lanky, and of course Micro. They did a really, really good job. They were so close. 23 people were left They were so close, but it was not to be. Perhaps maybe the next time we're going to be here on Fortnite, we're going to be delivering the team, of course, win it tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there is one last thing that we got to introduce. Well, he again prides himself. Well, no. What we are gonna introduce Thunder Grizzle because again he prides himself as the Jock Superior clan, and with him now the controversy surrounding Thunder, he said that he found something buried beneath on Minecraft. What is that? We're gonna find out right now. Thunder, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
So Thunder, what is going on with you? I mean, I understand that again you found something on Minecraft. Can you give us an update? Some sort of insight?
Yeah. I'd be glad to. We will show everyone what we found, what we discovered buried underground. We'll unbury it and show everyone the amount of power we really have. We have a lot more. Just wait.
What is Thunder Grizzle 9 even talking about now, guys? Xbox Altered, what is he talking about?
Don't know. I've never seen nothing like that.
It's cryptic words, though. It's nothing but cryptic words that can aid his own clan. He's going to be going against TGW. This is not good. I bet everyone is on the edge of their seats. Perhaps they can't really sleep at night. I know I'm not going to be sleeping at night knowing that there's something buried beneath Minecraft that could potentially give this group a lot of power to take over TGW. I can guarantee you that.
Nobody can take over
nonetheless,
TGW.
though, well, hopefully not. But again, this threat, it seems quite scary. Altered? I wouldn't go anywhere near that Minecraft world. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we saw him in the game, by the way. I did say that that was going to be the last thing that we were going to be doing in this broadcast. However, we do have some breaking news and some exciting news because, well, we have something new that's going to be coming up in TGW. For the first time in TGW history, we're going to be providing a series. In fact, here to tell us more about that is none other than Zombie Blood. We saw him moments ago in that team. Congratulations, Zombie. Despite the fact that you and your teammates did lose, I thought you did a really good job on Fortnite. But, Zombie, you do have an announcement concerning the series that I just alluded to.
Yes, I do.
What would that be?
So thank you, AdrianTheVoice. You're a terrible commentator, but I'm here to announce this tonight. Soon, I'll be hosting a Sea of Thieves series. I can't wait. It starts soon.
What do y'all have against
There we go.
I really want to know. TGW, what do y'all really have against?
Thank you. Sea of Thieves.
What do y'all have against?
A Sea of Thieves. Well, Altered, wait a minute. Because the Sea of Thieves series is actually going to be starting up soon. Thanks for sharing the excitement, guys.
Jesus.
Also very, amazing.
What would that be?
I would like to a Fatal 4-Way Tournament Championship on Halo Reach.
Fatal 4-Way for the Sword Tournament. Wait a minute, hold on. Xbox, you're not insinuating that you're going to actually stick yourself in a matchup for the Sword Tournament Champion, and you mentioned Fatal 4-Way. Well, the only people that I can think of are Undead and Altered Beast involved in that matchup, but who's the other person that you're thinking about to make it a Fatal 4-Way?
Well, about a month back, I was considered the Sword Tournament someone by someone hour-long Titan Championship for 1v1, but unfortunately, I lost my title to an unknown circumstance. So he is added to the match.
Oh my God! A Fatal 4-Way to determine who's going to be the Sword Tournament Champion. UndeadFreakPete. It's going to be defending that title against the 3 other contenders. XboxFreakPete, Altered Beast, and Hour-Long Titan now has been included in that matchup. Into the fray. Ladies and gentlemen, TGW Reps is imploding. Not only do we have to worry about the father versus daughter the next time we're going to be live on air, we're going to be witnessing that matchup, but we're also worrying about the Sword Tournament match controversy and the, well, I cannot believe it, but apparently something buried beneath, something, a mystery, I would say. Some sort of mythical thing that could perhaps give power to Thunder Grizzle and his Jock Superior clan. We're going to find out what exactly that is as we develop through in TGW. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for Altered Beast and XboxFreakPete, I'm AdrianTheVoice. We'll catch you next time here in the Gaming Weekly. But again, what's going to happen next?
Oh no.
gentlemen, you're not going to believe what I just been told. Apparently, the lanky paladin who was involved in that game that we just saw moments ago, he has something to say concerning Minigun Killer 10. Remember, Minigun Killer 10 was the man who stated that a lot of people are making fun of him as friends. Well, we have Lanky to talk about that current situation. Welcome aboard, Lanky.
Hi, Adrian. I'm here to set the record straight. None of those people Minigun mentioned any harm to anyone or anything. Minigun mentioned one of my friends. I talked to him afterwards and he told me that he's never even spoken to Minigun. Look, all I know is Minigun is a bad person and he wants to start problems for the hell of it. That's basically all I have to say.
Yeah, dang right.